Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Libra, Sun, Moon or Rising, and it's the weekly reading for December 2nd to the 8th. Libra, we have a lot of big energy here for you this week. We have the Get Grounded Oracle card, we have the Hierophant, the Four of Wands, the Death card, the Emperor, the Star, and the Four of Swords. So, 4 out of 6 major arcana here, guys. As you might know, the more major arcana in a reading, the more significant the event is, and the more closely linked it can be to our karmic contracts in life, our life lessons, and that kind of thing. So it's a big week for some of you guys. Definitely a situation that wants to come to a head, to be released, so that we can move on to bigger and better things, because I feel like the situation has stagnated in some way. So, when we get to that point, we know it's time to take action, and you're being called to do that this week. So, let's go start off by reading out that Oracle card. Get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. You are being called to get grounded, to ensure that your luminous field is clear and your inner well is full. If you're not grounded, it is easy to get swept up in other people's energy and mistake it for your own. Your boundaries will become blurred as you're absorbing the energies around you and struggling to define what is their stuff and what is yours. If you pulled this card, you are very likely an empath or a highly sensitive person and need time alone to fill up your well, balance your energy, and get grounded. Yeah, so look, some of you might have been in a situation where you're dealing with someone and you keep connecting with their energy, which, yeah, I mean, if they've got a really positive energy field, can kind of be okay. But if their energy field is denser or a lower vibration, then it can bring you down. And really, you want to be operating from your own energy, from a protected state. So it's time to really, shield yourself, get grounded, get centered, get back into the body, so that we're not getting swept away with other people's energy fields. Okay, recent past here, Hierophant and Four of Swords. So, this could be the situation or the person that you feel that you are kind of connecting to everybody else's energies, and could be making you feel quite off balance. So the Hierophant, it can talk about institutionalized settings. So the commitment of a committed long-term relationship, a marriage. It can be in the workplace, a situation. It might even involve a boss or a mentor, colleague, or the place of study, that kind of thing. And it's a situation that, can test our faith and can test our values as well. With that Four of Swords, I feel like the situation has stagnated for you in a way. And my interpretations of things is that, we're in a situation usually, or with a person in a relationship, as a soul contract, obviously, to learn something from that situation, to play out a karmic contract. And then when it completes and we sort of feel that it's complete, then we need to move on, because we move on to stay on our life path, and, there'll be new lessons and things for us to learn. But if we don't do that, if we don't bring it to a head when it's time, that's when we can stagnate. That's when we can start feeling stuck. That's when we can start feeling like there's no movement in our life. And, we can even get depressed or fatigued, because it can be quite draining, especially if you're connecting to an energy that is just not in alignment with you anymore. Maybe it was at one point, but you might have evolved, you might have ascended, you might even have moved from 3D to 5D consciousness, and the setting, person, thing, job, whatever this is, this Hierophant, might still be in the old paradigm, in the 3D level of consciousness, operating from, fear and insecurity and ego and all of these kinds of things. So I really feel that it's just not a match for you anymore, and it's really time. Well, gosh, yes, Death is saying that it is time to bring that to closure, to clear the slate this week. And, I think that, we talk about that Four of Swords being, taking that pause to establish a new battle plan. It's really time for you to put that new battle plan in place. Yep, because this week, guys, we have Death and the Star. So this is a wonderful combination, guys, because it's kind of like you've got the almost like a bit of a tower falling, and then you have that healing energy of the star. Now the star actually follows the tower in the tarot suit, so it is that calm after the storm. I like, to see death can be a little bit like the tower as well, because it is the energy that comes in to, like I said before, clear the slate, to bring something to a head, to let it pass, to let it die, to let it unfold. So that's the death energy. And when that energy is there, we really need to surrender to it and go with it, rather than, holding on and continuing to be stuck or stagnant. Because the death card is about transformation. So it says that you have the ability to either transform the situation or transform yourself through releasing. Because there's a promise of a beautiful new dawn on the horizon, which wants to burst into something far greater than what you're experiencing at the moment. So we need to be like the child who just looks death directly in the eye and welcomes him in, because he knows, this child, that it's going to lead to greater places, to personal transformation. Whereas this adult, who's probably been through this process a few times, also knows that there's pain associated with change. So she's kind of, feigning away from it and not wanting to allow death to come in. But we really need to. So we need to be the child, not the adult. And death holds the flag with the alchemical flower on here. So it means it's almost like alchemy in the situation. Something's going to change, something's going to unfold, and that's why we need to have the courage to surrender to this energy. And the star's got you, the star's got your back. It's going to catch you. It's your net that's going to catch you if you fall a bit in this situation. The star comes in as an energy to cleanse, to renew, to restore you and regenerate, to rebalance the waters, the emotional waters of your life. When you're feeling most vulnerable and stripped back, some of you might really feel like you're peeling that onion throughout the situation, but the star energy is here to rebalance. It talks about the link to the chakras, the 7 chakras, little stars here, and coming back into a place of energetic alignment. So excellent place to get some healing work done, some energy healing, that kind of thing. So that then you can get back to shining like this bright star that you really are. There's also an element of divine guidance here, saying that, you will be guided through this situation, and make new wishes on that star as well. Dream big. Because I think that there is big things coming in for you, Libra. Because in the near future, we've got the Emperor and we've got the 4 of Wands. Yeah, I mean, this combination says to me that you're moving into a place of far greater stability. Stability in creating a life that you could truly, dream for, creating your best life. Because by gosh, the Emperor is somebody who's not going to let others tell him what to do. He's not going to ride on somebody else's coattails. He shapes his world. He doesn't let his external environment shape him. You might be dealing with an Aries person, or somebody older, a mentor, a boss, someone slightly older than you. But either way, with this 4 of Wands, this can be entering into a relationship with this person, or building some kind of solid structure for them. So if you think this is a work reading for you, it could be building a business with someone or starting a new project, something that's going to be celebrated in the future. And, the 4 of Wands talks about that stability. We have the 4 Wands. It's like the 4 sides or corners of a square. And the Emperor is also an authoritarian figure. He's dominant and grounded. He's making calculated decisions for his life. And double 4 energy here, guys. We've got another 4 here, 4 of Swords. So it's about working on your stability and foundations, building a new foundation after we've cleared the slate, building a new foundation on which to really create your best life. There is that element of synchronicity with the 4 of Wands, that 11-11 formation. So it really means that you could be experiencing in the near future some kind of synchronicities that are going to lead you to this new level of stability, to celebrations. If it's a relationship that goes the distance, to, marriage, happy home, abundance. So it's really beautiful energy that you can move into Libra, if you can really surrender to that death energy and to keep things moving, move the stagnant energy, clear the slate, heal and restore, and then you create the space for something really truly beautiful to come in. And under that Emperor energy, you won't be, willing to connect with other energies. You'll be holding your own energy solid and proud, and from there, you can really create what you're truly desiring. So Libra, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Keep in mind it is a general one, so it won't be for every one of you guys. And feel free to leave me a comment. I always love to know how it's playing out in your daily life. And I'll be back here next week for another reading.